Hi all, now we are going to see about the continuing topic of the database introduction and the other topic. Next topic is database system architecture. Different type of architecture is available. One of the topic is centralized DBMS. Centralized DBMS, you have access as a single as combined single machines. For example, you have application, program, hardware, network, control of DBMS. Everything is accessed in a single machine. So you have anyone's problems occurred is difficult to assess the another one. So slow process. Another is the two-tier architecture. So the two-tier architecture is converted the parts as two different parts. One as a client and server. The client server is a end user can be usable, and another part is server side have a database system. You can access the database through internet to the end user can access. For the end user using the application through access a query, send a query, request transaction by ODBC or JDBC query, you can use access the data in end user. Another one is the three-tier architecture. The three-tier architecture same like that they have a client and server. They have a difference there compared to previous one. The client machine doesn't have a front end, does not contain any direct database call. The server only have the application of the server and have the database system. The application servers and the application client communication each other and send the calls, and communication through only we can access the data. Next we can see the main architecture of the database system. They have the several parts available. So first we have to see about the disk storage and storage manager, query processor, and as well as the administration parts. The disk storage having the different parts: data, indexes, data dictionary, and the statistical data. So if you have come to the another part of the data storage, you have maintained by the storage manager. So you have all the data have not only directly accessed, so you have to managing some storage process, buffer manager, file manager, authentication and integrity manager, and transaction manager. When it was going for the query processor, everything the query manageable DML and DDL. So data manipulation language, data definition language interpreters, everything the query processing, everything done be here. Then I have to move the users and application process, administration, everything's up the query processor. So come on, we can see about the detail in the all the past works. First, we have to see about the different parts: database user and administrator, transaction management, data storage manager, and query processor. So we have to come out to see the database user administrator parts. So different parts are available. First one is Navy user, application program, sophisticated user, database administrator. Navy user and sophisticated user. So you can't know about the familiar about the systems and in working application programs. Application programs is a writer program as a developer's part. Sophisticated is know the how to interact the and data analyze the how to use the software and hardware and tools. Everything's known about the sophisticated data administration. Main role are part of the everything managing, granting, definition, modification, reworking, access, maintenance schema. Everything handled by the DBS, the database administrator. The next we have the main part is the storage manager. Already we discussed the storage manager, the main part of the role here. So the large amount of the data handled by the database is handled by the storage manager. So the responsible for the storage manager is storing, retrieving, updating the data in. We have to adding the new data. We have to must be stored and allocating the space. And if you want a particular data, you want to retrieving the particular data. If you have done in some data changes, you have to also update it in the database. Everything is responsible for the storage manager. So we have split up into different categories: authentication and integrity manager, transaction manager, file manager, and memory buffer manager. Authentications, everyone notice the authentication by constraints, integrity constraints. You have to check the credentials and authentic process everything done by here, then only you can access the particular data. The transaction manager